There she is. Good morning, everyone. This is Jason from Morgan Beekeeping. It is July 5th, day after 4th of July, so happy Independence Day for everybody. So making my rounds today, checking for honey stores, checking for some requeening actually, which is some late unplanned requeening. That happens sometimes, right? This is actually a swarm I caught here about a week or two ago. So a really late swarm, but it was absolutely huge, and came into my carport. And I got a little video on my cell phone I'll maybe upload with this video, but there was 3 separate swarms that came into my carport in a matter of a week, and it was just crazy. I've never had that happen before, so that was a pretty neat experience. But this is an 8-frame swarm box. I talked about 8-frame swarm box before, why I use those for swarm traps. I'm going to transform over in my normal 10-frame box now, though, because they're huge, they need space. So we're just going to check this out real quick and see exactly how big they are. It's pretty good size. So we'll see what we got going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 or 7 frames of bees in here, people. That's a good size swarm for this late in the year. Could have been absconding, maybe, possibly, but yeah, that's a good size colony for sure. They seem pretty chill too, even last time when I was looking at them in the carport. So we're just going to do our thing and transfer. They're pulling wax in that frame really, really well. And we're just going to pull them out and put them in here. But they seem like a really chill group of bees, which is awesome. And they packed away a ton of nectar just in my carport. Like, this frame is really heavy. That's solid nectar there, man, which is cool. I also had some frames that were rubber banded up with some old comb pieces from a cutout I stuck in here, hoping they would kind of keep drawing it. So let's see what they're doing with that. Oh yeah, they're drawing it down for sure. Whoops, well, that wasn't the queen. A lot of nectar in here. Hopefully the queen is in here, obviously. That back in there, that. Just dropped a group of bees right there. I'll have to look through that here in a second. Oh yeah. They're drawing that one out real good. Cool. Yeah, again, they're drawing this frame out really nicely. I love those new big swarms, man. They draw wax like crazy. This is all nectar in here, man. Where's the eggs? Well, we'll see how this goes. Drawing this frame out really well also already. Yeah, they're not messing around, that's for sure. Great. So now we got all these foragers coming in. We're going to move that box real quick, like so. Put this up in its place, like so. Bada boom, bada bing. We're good to go now. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these bees here. Okay. Just like that, they're off. Voila! They are transferred to their new home now. So I saw a lot of nectar in here just now. I didn't really look really hard for a queen, but be hard pressed to think there's not one in here. So I'll give them a week, obviously, and I'll come back and check it out again. Make sure I'm seeing some eggs in here. And then we'll go from there. So, yeah, late season swarms. I mean, there's enough bees in here that should build up pretty good and get ready for winter. So we're going to check these other 2 colonies out, and we're going to know the next yard. So stay with us. Switch over. Good afternoon, Jason at Oregon Beekeeping again. This is yard number 2, and I know I posted a video recently about single brood chamber management. This is my brood chamber. I've got a deep honey super, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mediums. This is one of my bigger colonies this year. This brand new looking box here is the one I just put on. I kind of stagger my boxes sometimes just based on what I feel I need to be done, but we're gonna get in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are pretty much all full of honey. I just want to kind of see what this one's doing. I'm not really going to get in the brood chamber right now. We're 5th of July, and they're going to start kind of going downhill on the brood. Swarming's not really going to be on their mind. We're ending the blackberry flow. I haven't found any swarm cells in any colony so far at the first yard or even some of these other boxes now. So I really don't think that's going to be an issue. So we're going to get into this though and just kind of check it out and see what it looks like. So let's look at this here. Definitely got bees in it for sure. This actually might have been the new one I put on. I forget now. Nope, that's not new. Got my tool. No. I need that. We're back. Always good to have a spare hive tool. Wow, you guys are grumpy. Grumpy. Capped. Almost all the way capped comb honey. Cool. So, check this other box real quick. Yeah, that's real heavy right there. And holy mackerel. Okay, so I'm gonna show this to you real quick because this was a brand new box with brand new frames. Had zero, bees are following me clearly. Had zero wax on the frames. You can see that in there. They have pulled wax on nearly every frame in the box. This is a brand new box a week ago. So that is awesome. That's probably gonna get filled up for sure. So take a look here real quick. Even this outside frame is almost all the way pulled. That's impressive. That is way impressive. Awesome. So I'm gonna leave them Lola do their thing, man. This is great. Now a lot of this honey is capped. I could probably take it right now, but I'm gonna leave it on here for now. Just because what I want to do is pull all the supers off this one colony and just see how much I get from this one colony. Not light at all. All right, well, exciting. Alrighty then. Well, those girls off there. All right, well here's yard number 2, ready to go. I have no doubt in my mind that when I pull these in 2 weeks, these are all going to be full, even the brand new one I just checked. So again, single brood management, managed correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mediums and 1 deep. That's almost like 7 mediums of honey. This is going to be well over 200 pounds of honey in this one colony. So if you think that this is impossible or hard, it's not. I mean, I clearly have done this, and this is there's another colony I have the same way, which we're going to look at here in a little bit at the lavender farm, which we're going to next. So stick with us. We'll be going to yard number 3 at the lavender farm. Okay everybody, so we're at our 3rd yard now. We left the 2nd yard. I was talking about the honey supers on that big colony, managing the single brood boxes. This is our 3rd yard. We're in Creswell, Oregon, and I have a guest today. This is Heidi, and this is Laird's Lavender Farm.
Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're checking our honey boxes here. So they contacted me last year, and they're starting a lavender business where they're growing all kind of different lavender here. They sell it at farmers market and different places like that. And her husband Jeff got my number from the Lane County Beekeepers Association. He said, hey, we're thinking about doing some lavender honey. And I said, sure, why not? Never done that. And one thing I will say is the bees absolutely love the lavender. So again, proper management. This hive is a monster. We're going to check out these top boxes on all these colonies that I added last week. And the honey pool is going to be here in a couple weeks. But yeah, I thought I'd invite her out to kind of look at the bees with me here and introduce herself.
Well, thank you so much. This is really interesting for us. This is the first time we've done anything like this, so I'm learning as Jason is teaching, so it's great.
And they're really excited about the bees. They just seem like they really have a general interest in not only the bees, but providing places for them to be healthy. And yeah, it's been a good relationship so far. So we got really good. Not only is it helping everybody out with our separate little business ventures, but we're making friends along the way, and it's been good.
Yes.
Heidi's not going to handle any bees today, I don't think.
Nope.
But she's prepared to have bees on her with the equipment she's we're going to crack open just a couple of these boxes on the side real quick, and she's going to kind of do a visual inspection with me and kind of see what these boxes are looking like. So, real quick on this box here, and the one behind it, which you can't really see, I added boxes, I believe, on top. So we're going to check that out real quick. And we're not really going to go in the brood chamber, like I said, at the other yards. They're not really thinking of swarming right now. It's just to basically get honey and batten down the hatches, which is kind of what they do this time of year. So, ready to check it out?
I absolutely am.
Okay. So, this box here is the oldest box, you might say. This is going to be spring honey. And just for you, anybody watching, and for you, don't know, this is our normal honey boxes. And when these are full completely, they weigh about 40 to 50 pounds per box. And that's the small boxes. That doesn't include the big boxes.
Wow.
So, they tend to get grumpy sometimes when you vibrate the colony.
Sure.
By cracking this apart. That's what we're going to do. You're going to hear them kind of buzz and get frustrated. That's really heavy. So you can see in here what the honey looks like.
Wow.
Come take a peek. And the smoke just kind of knocks them down a bit.
Look at that.
So I'll pull a frame out here and just kind of show you. This is going to be the second oldest also. This is going to be a little bit more spring honey. You can tell it's pretty much capped, ready to be extracted.
Look at that.
Yeah, that could be extracted right now actually. Yep.
Wow.
That's a good looking frame of honey right there, people. Good looking frame of honey.
Look at that.
So we'll just put that back in there. Now something else I haven't talked to you and Jeff about actually, until just now I thought about it. One thing I do also with my bees when I make honey is I make comb honey, which is the edible kind. You just bite the comb off and eat it, and you spit the wax out when you're done. I do have a couple frames of that in here, which in this sense, like the plastic foundation is already there. They just have to pull the wax out and fill it with honey. On the comb honey, they have to pull the wax all the way down. It's just bare empty frame. So they have to make not only the honey, but they also have to make the wax.
Wow.
And it's pretty fun. So I'm going to pull this one out right here. So there's a wedge on it. And that's ready to be extracted actually right there.
Look.
That is 100% bee made.
Wow.
So all the wax and the honey in that is all, oh, that smells really good actually. That's all bee made. So that gets cut up and put into chunks.
That is awesome looking.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. It's gorgeous.
It's just amazing how they do that.
Amazing creatures.
So, you know how heavy that is actually?
Yeah.
There's not many bees on it. Just grab the ends right there.
Wow.
It's pretty heavy, huh?
It is so heavy. Wow. That really puts it into perspective.
Right. So, a frame like this size here, if this was like a normal honey frame, and I extracted it, it would be about 2 quarts
Wow.
of honey. Give or take. So, that box and that box are primarily going to be spring honey. And the bottom two here are going to be primarily your blackberry. Oh, that was heavy. And your blackberry and your lavender honey is going to be in these bottom two primarily. And this one's ready to be extracted. So you see the extra wax things up here?
Yes.
That's because there's a lot of young bees. Young bees make the wax. And then the older bees fill it with nectar. And we've got so much nectar still coming in right now that they're making excess wax. And they're sticking honey wherever they can. So, that's all capped. Actually, all 3 of these boxes right now, if I wanted to, could probably be extracted right now.
Wow. They're ready.
They're ready to come out, yep. Now this other one on the bottom here was brand new last week. So to give you perspective on how fast they can build stuff, that is almost completely full.
Wow. That is.
So that's impressive.
That's intense.
So they kind of tend to work the outside frames last. This frame had no wax on it when I put it in here last week.
Wow.
That's
it's
all
almost complete.
Yeah.
Wax.
Yep. That's what's in there. And that's primarily going to be, I bet that's going to be almost primarily all lavender in this whole box.
Wow.
Because the blackberry flow is just about done, like we talked about.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like out of control right now.
This is intense.
They might need another box to be honest
This
with
is
you.
intense. Seriously.
Okay, well,
Wow.
I'd say plan B, but I don't want to use all my puns up in one day.
Of course not.
I'm probably going to have to put another box on this guy, actually.
Yeah, I think so. Wow.
So, The smoke primarily is help drive them down so you don't crush a lot of bees.
Right.
So they'll kind of go
They're
down away
precious
from that.
workers. We
Yep.
can't do that.
So that's completely full. That's ready to actually be harvested, to be honest. And so is this one. That one's actually a lot of bees on it still.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Yeah, you got to get those back in there. Wow.
So, and they're up here trying to clean this off, which I don't mind, but
But
I don't want to crush them either. So if I
Right.
scrape this off while they're eating it,
then
and
it's
I toss it down in the
safe.
front here,
They're safe, yeah.
they're going to clean up the front of the hive right there. They're not going to get crushed. They don't necessarily like this, but it is what it is.
Right. Got to do something at this point.
Well, yeah, there's so much extra up here. I don't want to keep killing bees. The best I can, obviously. Okay, there's that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
that's legitimately heavy. Okay, so okay. You want to hear a funny story?
Yes, please.
I don't have any more honey supers.
Oh, that's,
All my honey
that's
supers
hilarious.
are being used. So what we're gonna do is I brought some other big deep boxes that
Okay.
are like this big one down here.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna put it just on top to give them extra space to move up into
Okay.
and just see what they do with it.
Okay.
Because when I come back, like I actually come back probably next week if I wanted to and pull all three of these off. And if I put that big deep one on here, all the bees from these three have to go somewhere.
Okay.
So that's probably what I'll end up doing.
Gotcha.
But we need they're still bringing in tons of nectar. Anytime you have nectar stored on top like that, and even up in here where it's kind of wet, there's just that's a major nectar flow coming in. That's how we just by visually judging the hive. If there's a bunch of what's called shaking nectar, if you pull stuff up and there's just liquid everywhere, that's not condensation. That's fresh nectar. They have to find somewhere to put it. In the sense that this one was totally empty last week, and now it's almost full, they're gonna have to have more space.
Okay.
So it'll probably be the same for these two also. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the truck and grab those other big boxes I have with me. I'll bring them back down, put them on top of all these probably. But again, on the video, I want to stress the fact that like single brood boxes down here, a lot of people think you need 2 of these to get a big honey crop. Clearly, you don't need that.
You do not.
Clearly. Just manage your bees correctly and give them space and let them take care of the rest and they'll do the job. So, so yeah, we're going to be extracting in the next couple weeks, obviously. And we're going to be getting these guys some lavender honey, probably going to have some blackberry in it, obviously. And you're going to be at the farmer's market selling it in a while?
The Cresswell Farmers Market.
The Cresswell
Yes.
Farmers Market. Okay. So in the description below, I'll put their contact details and a phone number in case anybody wants to give them a call. And they're going to have some of their own lavender honey for sale here in a few weeks.
It's going to be awesome. Come try it out.
So, and they're good people. Anytime you have small local people with business ideas, you want to support them. And that's kind of my view anyway. And I hope anybody watching this sees the same. If you guys have any questions about the lavender farm itself or about my bee operation or single brood management, whatever, let us know. Be happy to answer any questions in the comments.
Absolutely.
And we're going to call this the final section of the video for today though. And the next video you guys are going to see is honey extraction. That's going to be crazy. I know a lot of guys up in Portland I've talked to in certain Facebook channels. I've talked about how they've had like a drought and it's like the honey is really bad this year, and I have no idea what they're talking about because I've got lots of honey. So again, I think it comes into management styles and how you take care of your bees. So I'm not gonna have any shortage of honey this year. They're gonna have plenty of some lavender honey for sale, and
Absolutely.
yeah, hopefully this all works out good, and we'll get some video of the honey extraction when that happens, and that'll be the next video we post. Other than that, I'm on vacation this next week. Happy 4th of July, everybody, a day late. Hope you guys all had a good celebration. And this is Jason with Oregon Beekeeping again. Appreciate you watching.
Thank you so much.
Have a
Thank
great
you for
day.
learning with us.
Alrighty.